Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, we're looking at the Ghost Ark today. This is the dedicated transport, basically for warriors. So first of all, the model. This is my interchangeable one, so I'm sure you've probably seen previously. I can change this into a Doomsday Ark. I've got a tutorial on how I did that. It's fully magnetised. Warriors come out, it goes upside down. The Gauze flayers go upside down, and yeah, this comes off and that goes down there, etc. So it's all totally interchangeable. So yeah, go and check that video out if you're interested in that. But let's have a look at this as a unit. So cost wise, just over 100 points, 115, which to be fair is pretty decent. Now if you ever were going to make a tank for your Necrons to basically work together with the flanks, then this is the tank for it, because this is almost a perfect tank for the Necrons. So it's got 4 hull points, which in today's day and age is incredibly good. It's armor 11, and okay, it's open top, but it's got quantum shielding, so until your opponent penetrates it, you're actually armor 13, which is pretty awesome, coupled with those 4 hull points. It's also a skimmer, so you will be getting your 5+ jinx save every time you move it, so you will want to be moving it as much as you can. On top of that, you have 2 Gauze Flayer arrays. I used to say flyers, because I always used to say flyers, but I now know they are flayers. So thank you for everyone for correcting me. Yeah, so you've got 2 of these, which works really well, because effectively, if you do get weapon destroyed, you've got a couple of weapons to take off, which is quite useful. But it does allow you to get quite a number of shots off. Each one, potentially, you can rapid fire. Now, to be fair, it's very difficult to actually use both arrays in one turn. You've got to basically have 2 units, like either side. So it's very unusual that you actually get to fire both arrays, but sometimes you might get lucky. But the great thing about this, you only need 1 gun to have line of sight and in range to shoot the whole array. They're not individual guns, they're basically like a whole gun section. So that's pretty good. So that's not bad. And then on top of that, obviously the warriors inside can shoot. Now this is open topped, which okay does mean that you can get your guys out and assault, but you're not going to be doing that. But what you are going to be doing is you're going to be shooting all of their guns. So effectively you've got a lot of guns. So just 5 warriors in here will give you the ability to rapid fire 20 shots within 12 inches on one side, and then another 10 shots on the other side if you were lucky enough to be in range. How many warriors do you actually put in there then? Well, I started at life off by having 10, full squad, 10 warriors in there, because I thought, yeah, lots of firepower, and then if they do bail out, I've got a nice big unit allowing me to score. In reality, the tank hardly ever did get destroyed. So I was finding that the tanks were lasting, and 5 warriors were just as good as 10 warriors. I mean, even 5 warriors, once they get into rapid fire range, I've got to give out a reasonable amount of firepower. And of course they all have Gauze guns. All of these are Gauze, so great for taking out tanks as well. So yeah, dropped down to 5 warriors, and I've had no issues at all. So 5 warriors in the Ghost Ark for me works really well. Also frees up lots of other points, because like I was saying earlier, this is almost a perfect vehicle for your Necron army, and the reason for that is repair barge, because what it means is you can have a combination of warriors protected in the Ghost Arks, giving nice fire support and attracting fire from your enemy, and then you can have warriors on foot taking advantage of the repair barge. Now this sort of goes back to my Necron flanks army tactics, which I'm sure you've probably seen again previously, but just in case you haven't. So basically you have a big squad of warriors supported by 2 Ghost Arks, and then a overlord with an orb. So the idea is, you know, when you get shot at, you've got your reanimation protocol on a 4+, and then you've got 2 chances to repair barges. So on a 2+, you can repair up to D3 minis. So potentially you could get your will-be backs and then repair from both arcs and maintain your unit of warriors here at full strength pretty easily. And that's huge for Necrons. It's just fantastic to have a mixture of Ghost Arks and a mixture of warriors on foot. And I think this is where the warrior excels. Even though, yes, it only has that 4+ save over Immortals, and okay, it's a slightly weaker gun than the Immortals, but I think the warriors really have they've got a lot going for them as a nice cheap troops choice. So yeah, Ghost Arks, warriors, super flanks, really good strong core for your Necron army. And I think this is where Necrons do so well, is they have a great core. Even their cheap warriors, you know, their cheap troops choices are really good when you compare to maybe some of the other units that are out there. Okay, putting that aside, of course, don't get into assault with your warriors because you'll lose. So yeah, if you want to beat Necrons, then try and get into the assault with those warriors, because you know they will go down. Although watch out for a sneaky overlord with a few little pieces of war gear which you're not going to like, which we'll come to when we come to the overlord video. Okay, tactics other than the super flanks. Obviously the idea of the Ghost Ark would be potentially to have more than one. Even though you can have a nice mixture of foot and mechanised, you wouldn't just want one lonely Ghost Ark really, because it will take all of your opponent's anti-tank stuff, and it will go down. But if you have 2 Ghost Arks, maybe a couple of Annihilation barges, you know, a monolith, that type of thing, is nice spread of vehicles along with your foot. Chuck in some wraiths, because everybody likes shooting at wraiths. You've got your 3+ save, 2 wounds, blah blah. It will maintain a good survivability for your Ghost Arks. Okay, so I think that's it for Ghost Arks. You should take them. I think one reason why the Necron Battle Force is actually a really good buy is because all the stuff in there, including the Ghost Ark, is worthwhile having. So yeah, if you're starting with Necron Battle Force, that is actually quite a good buy. I find sometimes the Battle Forces aren't actually that great, but the Necron one, yes, go ahead, buy that first.